Okay, so this is Jerry Ward, Internet Authority, BIO-S3 training. Jerry, I actually stopped taking whey a long time ago, but I used to take whey hydrolysate. But where can you get, what's a good source of protein, pure protein that doesn't have a lot of fillers and garbage in it?
A lot of companies are not doing like a pure whey isolate, or the hydroslate is Optimum Nutrition is pretty much pushing that nowadays. But BigBitchFormula.com has a 100% pure whey protein isolate that it's got one ingredient that is not a filler. It's a sweetener that's in it. It's not a natural sweetener. It's an artificial sweetener. But it also has creatine, branched chain amino acids, and extra glutamine in it, which some people don't like to take. But that so far is the purest one that I've had probably for the last 5 years. Now, I think Isopure still makes one. I'm not sure what kind of fillers they put in it or sweeteners are in it, but it doesn't taste anything like the Big Bitch formula, so I'm not sure if it has more of a natural sweetener that doesn't cut through as much. There's not too many other companies that use just whey protein isolated, which is too expensive.
Okay, so I heard from Dr. Mercola that whey protein isolate is not as good as whey protein concentrate. Why is that? Is there any evidence that whey protein concentrate is better than isolate?
Well, bottom line, protein is protein. And I guess the rate at which it digests would make a difference. The whey protein isolate being a more pure protein, it would digest faster. So that I guess it would get in your blood faster and it would be, would kick your protein synthesis up faster. That's the only thing I could think of that would make a difference. Because I've known lots of guys that don't even take a whey protein or any kind of protein. They just eat food and they look phenomenal. They get gains. So obviously it's not, you're not required. You don't have to take a protein drink. But people like me, I don't eat a lot. So I mean, you guys have seen my videos, or BIO-S3 has seen my videos that 4 out of my 6 or 7 meals are shakes. So it's just easier for me to do the whey like that. But as far as concentrate and whey isolate, the concentrate costs a lot less. So that's why they're using a lot more of the concentrate, or they combine them. So you'll have a whey protein isolate and a concentrate mix. But advertised on the can, you'll see 100% whey protein isolate. Now, what that means is not the whole scoop is 100%. It means, like, let's say it was half and half. The half that's in there is 100%. So it's kind of like a play on words for marketing.
So I also heard, I guess, is the isolate easier to digest on the stomach versus the concentrate?
I haven't seen any difference personally. Like I said, the only thing I think that would make a difference is digest faster. So if you're trying to stay fuller longer, the whey protein isolate will probably go through you faster than the concentrate.
Okay. And what's your opinion on egg protein, versus the whey?
Egg? If you can stomach it, that's fine. It tastes a little bitter because it's an egg product. It tastes like egg whites. But a lot of people get gas with the egg white protein for some reason. I mean, that was one of the first the first protein powders that came out were egg and milk and egg back in the day. That was it. That was always in the market. And both of those things gave people a lot of gas. Now, people like Gaspari have a product called Myofusion, which has egg, casein, 2 forms of whey, and I believe a form of soy in it. And it's a blend. So there's a lot of companies blending their products together, figuring the amino acid profile ratio is different in each form of protein source. So trying to get like a time release protein that lasts a little bit longer. Some kicks in right away, some a little bit later, some like the casein lasts longer. So they're trying to make it like a kind of a time released whey protein supplement.
So would you say 90 to 95% of most protein supplements have a garbage soy protein in it? For cost effectiveness?
They have something in it, yeah. Either that or they add extra amino acids. Like I can't remember offhand exactly what they are. Ian McCarthy actually talked about it, that they spike the product, which ups the protein on it, and you'll see 29 grams whey protein isolate. And really what's in there is about 15 grams of whey protein isolate, and the rest of the spiked amino acids they put in there to bring the protein count up. So you got to be careful with what you do. You got to look at the label and then go through the ingredients list. And then look from the first to the last, and if you're not sure what things are, Google them to find out what they are. But if you grab a protein supplement and it has more than like 4 or 5 ingredients in it, it's probably something that's cheap that you don't want to be taking. They're trying to mask a lot of things, and they're trying to throw a lot of garbage in there to get you to buy the product because maybe it tastes better, or the consistency is better, or whatever the case may be.
And are you a big believer in the post-workout window as far as taking protein, taking it within 30 to 60 minutes after training?
Depends on the situation. So this is where I differ than a lot of other trainers. George Farah had actually suggested in a conversation I had with him waiting to take anything in 20 minutes after my workout, which didn't make any sense because I'm like, you were starting to miss that window of opportunity if you wait that long. And I actually started doing that when I was dieting, and I do feel that it helped me get leaner faster. he would suggest maybe taking a branched chain afterwards and then having your meal like, 35 to 45 minutes afterwards. It would be like a whey protein or food meal or whatever you wanted. So if you're trying to lean out, his whole theory is the growth hormone is higher after the workout. You want to make sure that doesn't drop by pushing the insulin up by taking your whey protein and carbs after your workout, because growth hormone burns muscle and builds, burns fat and builds muscle. Insulin only builds muscle or builds fat. It stores fat. It doesn't burn fat. So the idea is like the growth hormone obviously has the two that you want it, the effect from, and the insulin only has basically one effect that you want from it. So he would wait a little bit longer. But off season, as soon as I'm done, immediately I'll grab a shake. Like within, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes of finishing, I'll get the shake in.
And you always pair this post-workout shake with, there's some kind of carbohydrate in it, right?
Yeah. Right now, I actually do milk. 12 ounces of milk, a scoop of Big Bitch formula, a little cup. It's like a 5-gram measurement, or 5, 10, 15, 20. 20-gram measurement of liquid beef aminos, which is a liquid amino made of beef protein. And then I take a packet of oatmeal, dump the packet in there, and blend it. And that's my post-workout meal.
Okay, so basically what you are summarizing is read your labels is really important.
Yeah, you're definitely going to know what you're putting in your body and what you're buying. Because we actually picked up a protein out in Minnesota while we were visiting Carrie's parents, and it said 100% isolate on it. I said, perfect. So I grabbed it, bought it, I opened it up, and it looked like a weird consistency. I scooped it out, and I was like, it wasn't whey protein isolate, it was milk protein isolate. But they just advertised 100% isolate on it, which automatically, because you're used to hearing whey protein isolate, it makes that you automatically make that jump. And on the label, when you looked at it, it was like a shiny label with silver letters. So even when you're turning it to the light, it was hard to read. So basically, they're trying to trick people into first-time sales, thinking that this is a whey protein isolate. They should have known by the price; it was cheap too.
Right.
And as soon as they opened, you could see the consistency. It was like fine powder, like talcum powder. That's not what whey protein's like. I was like, oh man, I got taken. After 20 years of doing this stuff, I still got taken, not paying attention to what was on the label.
Okay, so this is it for today. I want to thank Jerry Ward, BIO-S3 Training. Check him out on YouTube, and we're out.
Whey protein bicep, and we're out.